So, in the aftermath of Assassin's Creed Odyssey and the build up to Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, I've seen a lot of varying opinions on Assassin's Creed Ragnarok already. Some people think it's bound to be mediocre, and others expect a return to form of sorts. Although it's still early days on Ragnarok, as we haven't got many credible leaks, I don't think it's ever too early to speculate. So here are some of my thoughts on whether or not Ragnarok will be a top tier Assassin's Creed title, or a forgettable by the numbers RPG. So, to get it out of the way now, I completely believe Ragnarok is going to be a good game. If you didn't know, Ubisoft Montreal 3, or the Origins team, who made, Origins and also Black Flag, are also making this game, and they've proven before that they make great Assassin's Creed games. The reason why it's basically confirmed these guys are making Ragnarok is because since Syndicate, the only Ubisoft studios leading Assassin's Creed titles have been Quebec and Montreal 3. And Quebec finished Odyssey in 2018, so naturally it makes sense for Montreal to be making this game, which is further backed up by Ashraf Ismail, the creative director at Montreal's LinkedIn, stating that he's been directing a game for the last 3 years, not too long after Origins released. And knowing Montreal are directing the game is enough for me, and that might sound weird or too optimistic, but I'll explain why. If a studio like Ubisoft Sophia, the guys who made one Assassin's Creed game being Rogue, were making this, then I'd be incredibly on the fence, not really knowing what to expect from them or having much of a track history to go off. This studio, however, made Revelations and later Black Flag and Origins under the leadership of Ashraf Ismail, 3 of my top 5 games in the series, and it's been made clear that this team has a lot of passion for the Assassin's Creed series and knows what makes it work, and not just Ash alone. The environments and worlds are great, which were always made better by Sarah Shackner's score in Origins, which felt very Assassin's Creed but also very atmospheric to the setting, and I'd love to hear what she could do with a Scandinavian theme. Besides the team behind the game though, there are other things that factor into the game's quality that are out of their control, one of those being development time. It's worth noting that Origins took 4 years to develop, while Ragnarok will have had 3 by the time of its release, so I wouldn't expect a game made completely from the ground up like Origins was, and that's probably why the year being taken off isn't that consequential, because the foundations are already there, much like how Assassin's Creed 2 took 2 years to develop, and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood only took 9 months using its assets and engine, so development time doesn't really worry me as much as it does some people. Something that does worry me though is microtransactions. This is something I touched on in a video talking about my general concerns for Ragnarok, which I'll link on a card up above and in the description. Being that microtransactions are going to be incorporated in some way without a doubt, it just worries me to what extent. The microtransactions in Origins weren't too bad, but they were turned up to 10 in Odyssey, which became a far slower game just to push these microtransactions, which is a huge worry for me, that some Ubisoft executive is going to want microtransactions back again in full force, but hopefully the minor controversy around Odyssey's microtransactions will stop that. We'll have to wait and see. Now then, the last thing we know about Ragnarok that I haven't touched on so far is its setting, being the Viking era, and this is something that I absolutely love. It opens itself up to gruesome, heavy combat, beautiful landscapes and architecture, as well as naval amongst so many other things. It's such a different setting, not just to what we've got in the last 5 years or decade, but what we've got in the entirety of the franchise, and I can't wait to see something that's just completely new. So in all, those are my thoughts on Ragnarok as of February, knowing what we know now at least. With it being Montreal, I think the game is going to be like a mid-7 at the very worst, and probably even an 8. It is Montreal after all, and we're still yet to get that announcement, so we know very little about the game. Anyway though, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of short video on the quality of Assassin's Creed Ragnarok. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.